This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain shocking revelations, violence, and sexual themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I are playing the Delta Green role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is like a map made of skin. It was written by Dennis Detwiller, and it is part of the Impossible Landscapes. It is available from Art Dream Publishing. This is a direct continuation of the volume of Secret Faces that we played a few months ago. Our handler is Nathan Decker, and this is episode 1. But before we begin, we do have a new patron. Mike Moser has pledged $5 a month to keep our club moving forward and sustaining our episode production. Thank you very much, Mike. So without any further delay, let's begin our journey into the darkness. Nathan?
All right, buckle up. 1999. Operation, or 1995. See, already, what a mess. Operation Alice, also a mess. The agents burned down the McAllister building after a local artist named Abigail Wright goes missing. And upon investigating the building, it's a little strange. So, like all good agents, they burn it down and move on with their lives. 20 years later, the agents are contacted by an Agent Exeter. These members all congregate in Boston and find out that this case that Exeter wants them to look into references the missing Abigail Wright and some missing Delta Green agents from the Dorchester House facility. However, upon beginning the research into the strange Agent Exeter and the house, it turns out there's more at stake. There's something wrong with the Dorchester House. There's something wrong with Agent Exeter, and there's an entirely missing V cell. While searching a seemingly missing from reality hotel room that V cell at one point occupied, Agent Dante was seriously injured by a vent-bound creature that just wanted him to come and see. He then got to meet a lawyer for Keyes, Norris, Ingalls, and Grant, and no sugarcoating it. He helped kidnap the rest of the members of D Cell, those that weren't grabbed by a giant mechanical lion creature that Agent Exeter appears to have created. After the kidnapping, they find themselves locked within a nightmare version of the Dorchester house run by a Dr. Friend. The doctor subjects them to some really strange rituals and experiments to draw out their patsu. They rescue Michael Whitwer, Agent Vega, from Dr. Friend's paper tiger in order to gain the favor of one Mr. Wilde, a self-titled repairer of reputations. Wilde then guides them to King Bael, who helps the agents, first resurrecting Dustin Donnelly, who didn't make out super well against the paper tiger, using their dead bodies from some other reality. And then after that, helping them to escape by watching a play and consuming the very patsu that had been extracted. Sadly, during the escape, both Agent Dust and Agent Diana were killed or consumed by the giant clown that was chasing them. Now we're finding the agents writing out about a bout of madness on an unknown warehouse. Agent Dent is curled in pain. Agent Donnelly, I believe you were attacking the warehouse. And Agent Dante is disassociating, uh, as is tradition. But while in this state, he gets a letter from a small clockwork child that reads, "Find J.C. Linz at Hotel Broadalbin. Go now. Find the hotel, the labyrinth, the author, his bottle, the city, the lake, its shadow, the battle. Then the party, the dance, the girl in blue, the one singing nothing is true, except out is through. Love and kisses, Abby. So let's start with two of the agents that are in the warehouse. We're going to start with Agent Donnelly. This is 2015. Uh, if we had a title card, 2015, September 5th. Uh, it's roughly the day after they went in. Agent Donnelly, can you describe yourself again and what's your current status?
Um, Agent Donnelly's kind of worse for wear. I mean, he's again average looking guy, agent, pretty clean cut, glasses, stuff like that. But the events has just thrown him into he was killed, um, resurrected, killed a member of the team, and watched them get resurrected as well. Um, yeah, he was kind of in a fit of just nothing's real right now. Just throwing some of these boxes. We had like tons of boxes around us.
Yeah, think as you're kind of rampaging around, think boxes of antiques and maybe like little statues here and there that, yeah, you could just push over and you hear them shatter on the floor. You do see like a little bit of a server area as well with some computers that are hubbing, but I don't know if you're in any state to worry too much about that, or are you just
No, I
crushing?
think after give it a little bit, but Dent's there, right? He's
Yeah, yeah, Dent's there. He's leaking on the floor a bit, but
if I
appears to
can
be stable.
if I can come out of this, I will see the Dent, my friend.
Okay. Yeah, and let's zoom in on Dent then. What's what's Dent doing at this moment?
I'm curled up in a fetal position on the floor, smearing blood around like a bloody snow angel. And to describe my character, he was a normal looking guy, a little bit on the larger side with a short buzz cut and graying hair. But right now he's covered in sores and blisters, and he's leaking. He's not doing well.
Yeah, and you're smearing on the floor. You can see that there is a demonic symbol for Malthus written out on the floor, kind of where you transitioned in. And we definitely didn't completely forget Michael Whitwer last time. So he's also here, unconscious though, on the floor, kind of next to Dent. Looks like he's got some Hatsu smeared on his mouth. You're not quite sure where he got it from because he seemed to just vanish during that whole clown chase. And again, we didn't forget him.
Drop down, see if Dent's coming out, around.
And need painkillers.
Take a look around. Is it? Is there light? Is there, what?
Yeah, there's some light switches on the wall. There's a couple like high up windows that are letting in a few like beams. You're not in darkness here.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, turn on a light, see if there's a room or something usable to get.
Yeah, and you pop this open and you hit the light and you see the warehouse a little bit better now. And you're stricken. It looks like the interior of a cleaned out barn. It actually has very high ceilings that you couldn't really see before. And some of the doors later on are straight up barn doors that would go back and forth. But it's just one room with these rackings of various objects.
Doesn't look like anything. There's no painkillers. That's for sure.
Do a luck roll. Do a luck roll.
First aid.
There might be a first aid kit.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna look like the Invisible Man at
I
the end
got
of this.
It was a 15.
Okay, yeah,
Nice.
there is a first aid kit.
Yeah, jerk that off the wall and run over to Dent and see what I can do.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll first aid.
That's not my strong suit, but no, nothing. Still shaky. I just then I
Oh,
there might be some pills in here. Are there at least aspirin, some kind of
Oh
painkiller?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some aspirin,
I was putting them in the wrong hole.
one per boil. Right, right. Uh,
I'll take a fistful of aspirin.
and the two of you hear this clattering of something falling over a little bit further in the warehouse, and you see a red-robed figure. Looks like he picked something off one of the shelves, and he's just walking down the kind of like one of these aisles. He kind of passes out of vision.
Only my handgun's in my left shoulder pocket.
I, I pat myself down. Do I have my
Yeah,
gun
you'd have
still?
your stuff. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
kind of back to
I'm
what
gonna say I
before
can't
going.
use my
we-
handgun right now.
It hurt. Yeah.
I'll pull mine out. I mean, again, are where are we? Dan, I don't.
Does the robe figure hear us as we're conspiring?
You can hear
Another.
footsteps, but he's not, doesn't seem to be acknowledging you.
Hmm.
I'm going to be very silent, very quiet as much as I can be. And just watch.
Okay, Donnelly, what are you doing?
Yeah, I will follow it. I mean,
Okay. You get to that kind of aisle and you can see down and you can see the back of Exeter. You recognize his head now, kind of the robe is open, and he's kind of closing a door behind him that's just in the wall. And you can see as a Polaroid camera that looks like he maybe took off one of the shelves. There's a crack in it from you knocking into it earlier, and he doesn't really respond. He just looks at you as the door closes.
oh, I'll yell to Den. It's Exeter.
He's compromised.
Should I kill him?
No, we can't. We have to lick our wounds and get to somewhere safe first. So just looking around, we see Michael Whitver. Is there anyone else?
Well, you know that Liam's around here somewhere, but you
I
don't
don't.
hear him at the moment. But
I don't
I'm
see him.
actually now, yeah, I'm gonna kind of zoom out as you're licking your wounds, hopefully not for real this time. And we'll actually follow Agent Exeter as he's walking through this door and he shuts it. Agent Voltus, uh, what were you doing the night of September 4th?
Oh, um, that was
Just last night.
I was doing research on religious cults in the Amazon.
Hmm.
Um,
At home? In a
at
library?
home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yes. There, I'm able to extract quite a bit of information, and as a result, I have large volumes of data I've collected. Lots of copy and pasted material.
Hmm.
Um, Lots of photostatic copies of books and things, but nothing really important. I'm probably still working on some of that research I was doing originally for V-Cell, but
Hmm.
I haven't been working on that for a bit.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because, right, you had contact with your cell and they dropped off. You're getting a little worried, but you haven't heard anything out of them.
Correct.
And you hear someone kind of in your front, like close your front door.
Hello?
Hello, Harry. And you see a man taking off a red robe and just kind of holding it draped over one arm. He's dressed in kind of really worn looking clothes. Like he's probably slept in these for maybe a week, you think. Uh,
Yeah.
but he's very familiar to you. He's Agent Exeter. And
Oh,
he actually stops. He sets his camera down briefly and says, sorry, we haven't met. I'm Agent Exeter.
yes, I know who you are.
Good.
Shake his hand.
Mhm.
Um,
It smells like gasoline.
are are you all right? I haven't heard anything from V-Cell in a while.
That is correct. That is actually why I'm here.
Huh.
Your friend Whitwer, Agent
Yes,
Vega,
yes.
he's in quite a bit of trouble,
Oh dear.
and he's
Um,
going to need your help.
I'm sure all of this has been cleared through DG.
It has been cleared through DG and through our mutual acquaintance, Mr. W.
Yes, of course. Um, well, what do I need to do?
And he writes down an address for you and hands it to you. You look at it, it appears to be a kind of just a place in Kansas. It's a like a small town out there, and he's
How
go
are they?
here. You need to
How
be here exactly at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Oh boy. Okay. Do I need to get any verification on this? I mean, I
No,
really should, but that's going to take too long.
that I know Mr. W should be verification enough.
Okay. Yeah, I did receive
I
a letter from him earlier.
Good. Bring some first aid supplies. Someone will be along that knows how to actually do something with them.
First aid
Oh,
supplies.
and he reaches into a pocket and he pulls out a small, like kind of a mint tin. It's got
Ah,
a
yes.
clown face on it with like little, like really square teeth, and the eyes have been poked out of this. And
Oh,
he hands it to you. You notice as he's doing it, his hand is shaking a little bit.
um, okay. This is rather disturbing to look at. What do I do with this?
You'll figure it out once you get to the hotel.
So I should keep this with me.
Yes, they'll just get in my way.
All right. My pocket. You haven't left me much time. I'll have to call, get a flight out, or did you by
Uh,
chance get me tickets?
you'll be able to get there.
Mr. W can facilitate anything he wants, as I recall. Very good.
Just about.
I'll have to pack this stuff up quickly, and
And he seems to be like, yeah, you're kind of looking around for this. He seems to just start to ignore you, frankly, and picks up the camera and walks around a corner in the room and is gone. And I would
yeah.
like to jump as we once again follow Agent Exeter back to 2007. Nancy. Oh, Nancy. A couple days ago, you saw a movie. You happened to be in Chicago. You thought, why not? You know what? We'll see it. A Song Before Travel. It it was kind of an artsy film. You don't remember a lot of showings of it, but there's something about it that really stuck with you. Near the end, this king shows up. They showed a symbol, and you can't quite remember, but now you just every time you dream, you're in this labyrinth cave, and you're looking for something, a bottle, but you can't find it.
It has my name on it, doesn't it?
It-
This
yeah,
bottle.
you think your name's in there somewhere. You're pretty sure, but you keep waking up unsuccessful. And Where is Nancy based these days?
Oh, well, I did my undergrad at NYU, but I'm at Brown these days working on my MFA.
Okay. So it's kind of late at night. You're walking home and you hear these footsteps kind of coming up behind you, and you hear a um excuse me, Miss Barnes. Miss Barnes. I'm
Uh,
terribly sorry.
who, I'm sorry, do I know you?
No, I'm afraid not. And you see kind of a thin man, and he looks like a younger version of the lawyer that spoke to Agent Dante in the ambulance. And he's skinning back his hair. My name is sorry, Arthur Ellsworth. I'm terribly sorry. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Well, what is
I understand it's quite a strange moment, but I am afraid I have to save your life tonight. My employer is quite certain that you need to go, and he kind of points right over there through that door, and you see it's just like the front door to a restaurant. Like it's open. They have the open sign on. There's people inside.
is this some kind of joke? Who put you up to this? Who
Uh,
are you, really?
I assure you, it is not a joke. My client does not joke about these things. You are in quite a bit more danger than you would see. In fact, I would much prefer that we get this on, so that we can. And you see, as he's kind of talking at you, it looks like he's eyeballing kind of across the street. And as you look, there is a girl walking there that looks remarkably like you. Not quite, some of the details are wrong, but you can see she's actually like putting on a version of your coat, putting on like makeup, couple of extra things, making sure that she looks as close to you as possible.
Okay, okay. No, what the fuck is going on?
It's quite strange, but it concerns your father. You see, my employer is concerned. He very much likes your father. Your father is a amazing artist. And frankly, he's in quite a bit of trouble. He's been replaced.
What
I I can
artist? He works for the Associated Press. What are you?
Right. Yes, he does do that. Okay. Tell you what, there is a man over there. He is gesturing again towards this door. Just please take a stop through there, and it will all be made completely clear. You'll be able to help your father. I cross my heart. I'm a lawyer, but come on.
So I'm gonna go walk through this door
Hmm.
with the intention of asking for a phone to call somebody to come pick me up because this is fucking weird.
And you walk through the door, and we'll save the sanity rolls for the very end of all this. Because as you walk through, you it's not the bar that's beyond there. It is well, there's a little whiff of cinnamon in the air. It's like a drawing room of maybe a mansion of some kind, quite old to your senses. And there is an old man with a beard that is well, he's putting together a noose.
I
Uh,
turn, look back at the door.
uh, and it you see that this man that introduced himself is Arthur Ellsworth closes the door behind you. And the click kind of alerts this old man, and he goes, "Ah, parlez-vous français?"
We
And the translation goes on. It's a little hard to understand him. He is speaking a very old French dialect. Uh, Hello, I'm sorry. You are the woman they said would come through. Yes, right. Please, come through, come through. We don't have much time.
uh, no, somebody's got to tell me what the fuck.
Uh,
What the fuck?
no, it's quite. I am Solomon. Little joke. I'm Augustus. Little joke.
Okay. Do you have any keys, Augustus, or just the one?
That is a very funny joke. Just the one, just the one. Please, come this way. Everything is being made ready, but you're really quite short on time. I've been told that your father is in quite a bit of danger.
Well, where is my father?
Ah, that is funny. At a strange place called Kansas. Kansas? That is not right, but it is something like this. It appears my son, and he starts to absentmindedly like wander out into this larger room. It appears my son has been meddling around with his clockwork people again. I don't know where he gets it. Very strange.
Your
But
son?
yes, right. Uh, and this room you walk into has a large picture frame kind of, it's like a large open sort of it's the word I'm looking for, like entrance foyer, and there is a painting behind curtains, and you see a man in a red robe there. He's pulling a curtain to his side, and he's flicked a picture with a Polaroid camera. Ah, I'm sorry. This is my friend Marbus. He's going to help you kind of. It's important. He knew your father, I think. Yes. Um, I'm sorry. I know this is so sudden, but we must go.
What's with the riddles? Where are we going? Who the hell are you?
Sorry, Augustus Costain. It's very rude. You'll have to understand. I am on the timeline as well. Don't worry. Everything will be made clear by the other two. They will explain to you everything. I'm sure they all know what's going on. It will be made quite clear. All right. Great. Right this way, right this way. Oh, this is yours as well. And he pushes a small red book into your hands and opens another door.
Uh, what what is this book?
Uh, uh, a world. My English is not so good. A world without doors. It's funny because all that's in here, it's all doors.
Uh, who who is it by, Mister?
Fitzroy, I think. Yes, Fitzroy. It says right there. And you see it's published by Emmeline F. Fitzroy. I'm sorry, you will have more time to look at this with the others. I really must ask you to go. And he actually waves the noose around a little. I have a very important meeting to keep. I'm sorry. Please,
What?
please. And he's
What?
literally pushing you towards the door. Thank you. Please go.
I see a door and I want to get the fuck out of here, so
Great.
yeah.
And you walk through, and we will cut again to Agent Gray. Agent Gray, it's about a week ago. Where do you usually meet with Mr. Wilde?
Um, I think she would choose 'cause she got to know him a little bit. I think she would choose to meet him at maybe a 1940s, like something, a recreation of 1940s bar, a little speakeasy.
Ah,
Maybe it's
speakeasy.
a little too hipstery maybe for his taste, but it's almost like there's some barrels, some red ambient light, something
Mhm.
dark. Because
Yeah,
she got the
everything's
sense that,
expensive. Yep, yep.
but she can afford it. It's fine.
Yes, absolutely. And
Mhm.
as usual, you're there before he is, and you you never quite see him enter the place. But this time you hear him because he's going, no, 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 son of a God, get a hold of it. And you can see he's holding on to this cat that is struggling mightily against him. And he he's just like clenching it in his arms, and it's, scratching him to hell. He's bleeding. And finally it kind of settles down, but it's got its ears back and it's doing that low, like that you can just hear underneath everything. And hey, oh, sorry, kid. The little bastard won't settle down.
I
Did you
didn't
give
know
me something
they.
to drink?
Yeah, old fashioned, right? The usual.
Yeah, it's and he's got both arms around this cat. He looks at the drink like, huh,
Uh,
shit. All right. It's not important. I'll get to it later. I'll get to it later. Uh I got something I need you to do. All right.
okay. What
Yeah,
is it
I
this
know.
time?
I know, right? All right. So we had this agent. I went to all this trouble to get him onto a mission. Okay. I went to all this trouble. It was a pain in my ass. I had to replace a guy. Nobody's
Mhm.
happy with me. I made deals with people I wish I had made deals with. It doesn't matter. That ship has sailed. That goose is cooked. It doesn't. Why did you have to just run? All you got to do is run. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The point is, he's kaputz, and I need you to get to his warehouse. September 5th, 8 a.m. Don't get there early. Don't get there late. Exactly 8 a.m. All right?
All right. And because of the nature of her job, she tends to cling to very old things traced to her.
Mhm.
So she's trying to use the light to check what her pocket watch is. Like, okay,
Yeah,
8 a.m.
nice.
September.
Nice. What a
Yeah.
piece. Hey, let me and he kind of looks at it like, oh, this is a hell of a thing. And when he hands it back to you, you check it instinctively. It has stopped working. Like it's the hand's not even ticking. All
How do you
right,
do that?
do what?
Never mind. That's not why I'm here. Do you
Yeah,
still are you gonna drink that, or I have to drink that for you?
just drink it. I'll get you the next time. It's fine. It's fine.
Uh,
Um. Oh shit. Uh.
yeah.
My buddy. He should be joining us in just a second. And you see a man walking through the door, and he's holding a Polaroid camera, and there's no trace of a red robe. He's just wearing old clothes. And he uh, walks up to you, and he's exhausted looking, just completely dead to the world, almost absent-mindedly shaking this Polaroid picture. Sorry, Elias Barbus. Yeah. He kind of goes for the handshake, but then gives up halfway through.
Mhm.
Sorry, I need to give this to you too.
Thank you, Mr. Barbus, as she takes it and she looks at it, trying to find a light to see what this
Yeah,
picture is.
in holding it kind of up, it's actually pretty well taken. It's a picture of a old painting, and you can see that it appears to show a field outside of a city, and immediately obvious to you, strange, the sky has two uh moons. Very very strange. And there is this vast flock of sheep that your eye is kind of tracing, but they just seem to extend into the distance, standing there. And one of the sheep at the very front, it looks like it's leading the herd, has a stick with a strange, it's like bent into this strange symbol.
Hmm.
And there is a kind of a tree off to the side of the herd. The herd's past it a little bit. There is a shepherd there, just
Hmm.
kind of face down. He's got a little hood on, just kind of resting against the tree, it looks like.
Like she
And
just examines it and
yeah, that's like a cursory look at it. You don't have a lot of time because Wild's a bit distracting with this cat. Is it's going, okay, look, I'm gonna ah ah son of a
why I didn't know they allow. Did he attack? Did the cat attack me?
No, the cat attacked Wild. It's only
Oh.
really aggressive towards him, and it straight up gets a chunk out of one of his fingers, and he lets it go and it scampers off. Son of a God damn it. You know, Dr. Friend, he says that's like a representation of some shit, and I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think he's just a son of a bitch. Oh, I'm gonna kill that fucking cat. I love him so much. Oh.
Oh, what's the cat's name?
You know, the funny thing is I never named it.
I think that's why it's mad at you.
Ugh, God damn it. All right. I'm sorry. Is there something you need? I gotta get back. They're waiting for me.
I think what she'll do is that because she was about to drink the old-fashioned drink that you ordered for him, but he just hands it to him. It's like, here, just take a swig of this. We're done. I might have to get back to work due to my client.
Yeah. You got a little time. You got a week, but be there exactly at that time. I'm not joking. Be there exactly at that time. Oh, shit.
Mhm.
And he reaches into a pocket and brings
Mhm.
out 3 vials of Melodia.
Oh, and she kind of pockets that like in her inner coat pocket. I imagine she's wearing some type of jacket that has an inner coat pocket.
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
Thanks. I needed that for the client.
Yeah, I bet.
Mm.
I bet. All right. This is taking long enough. I'm out of here. And again, he does that bit where he kind of walks around a corner and he leaves this man who introduced himself as Elias just kind of standing there.
Need a drink, need to go to the bathroom, maybe some sleep. I understand how this is.
Sleep. There's an idea. And he wanders off as well, different direction.
Yeah, she's just I think she's kind of used to this type of stuff. It's a bar. There's
Yeah.
always some shady people, or
And
maybe
Wild,
some college
yeah.
kids having fun. Yeah,
Anytime you're around Wild, it's a weird time.
yeah.
So
So it's just,
yeah. Now, I'm going to smash cut, and I think we'll all agree this is the most elegant way this could happen, is 8 o'clock, September 5th. Voltus, how do you arrive?
Rental car from the airport.
Very nice.
The black sedan.
You get any
This
sleep
is
last night?
I slept on the airplane.
Nice.
It wasn't long sleep. I pull up to what looks like a little farm. Is that correct?
Yeah, it looks like a little farm.
A little farm with a little small sized barn. It doesn't look like it's been upkept. Maybe not for months. But there's also no cars in the driveway. So I'll pull up to the front of the address. There's probably a mailbox there and a hewn timber crisscrossy fence, rustic looking. And I will I will step through the little gate onto the walkway going up to the front. It's exactly 7:59.
Perfect. And
If
you
I
do
get out of the
notice
car.
as you're walking kind of around the house, there is another car there. Agent Dint, you will later recognize this car, but it looks what's your car look like? I think yours was from the area.
It's definitely let's say it's a Lincoln. He
Big
definitely drive a
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Big
Yeah, it's
ol'
around behind the
Sedan.
house.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's around the house. It looks like it was kind of kept out of eye line of the road.
Right.
And
I didn't see it.
yeah, and Agent Gray, you're also arriving at that time.
Yeah. And uh I think she'll arrive in the same manner, a rental car. I don't think I can imagine she doesn't really sleep much anyway. She always have to observe people. So I think she'll just get out, examine the area if there's anything strange. I think the first thing that she will try to figure out if there's any cameras around, but it seems like to be a very bare bones barn. And
Yeah.
after that, I think she'll
walk
just reach.
I'll walk back to the gate and I'll open it for you. Because I see
Uh,
you drove up.
mm,
So it
yes.
must be.
And I think before Agent Voltus, you see this person, like, you see like a petite woman, mixed race, maybe
Mhm.
possibly like mix of white and Latina. She does have like dark brown, like curly hair. She is dressed quite casually. Um, And I think the one thing that you notice is that she pulls out like a pocket watch, making sure that it is wound up while at the same time checking it's about that time. So I think moment she sees you, she's going to put the pocket watch away, puts it
Okay.
in her pocket, and walks up to the gate, seeing that you are opening the gate
Yeah.
for her.
And looking at me, you're looking at a rather tall, thin, but plain looking person. There's nothing really in a crowd of people. I would just blend right in with them. No real distinguishing marks. And I just say, well, hello.
Hello?
Um, you're probably here for the same reason I am, maybe.
Yes, arriving at exactly 8 o'clock a.m., which is now approximately be 7:59.
Yep, it's about to change the just a few moments.
Mhm.
And
Um,
you say that, clock ticks. Nancy, you walk out the front door of this house. You were in a kind of dark, old sort of manor feel, and you are greeted with that bright Kansas sunlight. No clouds
Jesus.
in the sky. Yeah, it hurts pretty bad just to walk out here. It's clearly not night anymore.
oh,
What the
there's somebody
fuck?
else. Hello. We're
Hello.
here. We're here per our instructions.
Instructions
Well,
from
yes. Um, do you live here?
no, I live in Providence. What
Are
where is
you?
here?
Well, this is Kansas, and I give her the address.
No,
We
no.
were told to be here at precisely 8 a.m. Well, look around you. It's shit in all directions. Um,
Go ahead and do a sanity roll, Nancy, because it definitely seems likely.
I'm curious
I
then.
failed by one. I rolled a 71 for 70.
Starting out, it's a D4. Starting
I
out along the path your father
And
took.
4 points.
All
Here we
right.
go. This is what we're here for.
I brought the first aid stuff that was requested. Agent, or did Agent Gray, did you tell me you're Agent Gray?
I would say I think she will
Okay.
introduce
I would have
herself as
told you
Agent
then that
Gray.
I'm Agent Voltus.
Mhm.
I'm not sure that she's part of the thing.
Great, a civilian. That's what we needed. Well, well, she's just like observing you, Nancy. You just see like a steely-eyed woman just staring you up and down, almost like just getting a quick profile of you in her head. And she'll just say, "Well, you're not in Providence anymore, clearly. This is Kansas. And we are supposed to be here at 8 o'clock a.m., which did change about at this moment.
No,
Yeah,
So obviously, yes.
I think one's not supposed to be in Kansas anymore, not suddenly be in Kansas.
No, you're finding this all very strange then, yes? But but you found, can I guess that something very strange happened to you a few moments ago?
Yes,
Okay.
it's still happening. It's present tense. The strange thing
Okay.
is happening.
All right.
'Cause-
We don't know. We don't always know what the hell's going on, but we've experienced this sort of stuff before. Just stick with us. You're obviously supposed to be here. And have you seen any injured people?
No,
Well, there's
And
injured
I
people
stole my
here.
father. Need to
yeah, Nancy, you hear this. Are there any injured people? And Donnelly and Dent, you were staying quiet. Exeter just left, and you hear the rattle of the barn doors open and Agent Dante's voice going, "Yes, we have some injured here."
Ah, there we go.
Dante?
Oh, Nancy, and he's walking forward out of this dark barn. Well, not dark. The lights are on now. It's perfectly lit. He's walking out. You can see he has a cast on an arm. Ah, Nancy, it's so. And he pulls out a gear, like not too huge. Oh, I think that was an important. And you actually see he starts to just kind of crick off to his side. You hear the pings of metal going, and he collapses onto the ground.
Um,
I run to him.
Yeah.
I don't think that's real. I think it's an automaton. He came from inside the barn, Agent Gray.
We need to roll
Let's,
sand for that.
Yeah, roll sand, all of you. It's probably a bigger hit for Nancy as Agent
Where
Voltus
you-
is right. This
Yeah.
is not your father. It's a really
72.
good. That seems wrong. Do a D6.
Yeah.
Rock and
I
roll.
six-
passed.
I passed as well.
5.
Okay.
God damn.
I'm walking past it and going towards the barn.
Perfect. All right. So Donnelly and Dent, you're in it now. Is you heard this shout and you're hearing footsteps approaching. And what's the sound Nancy's making at this moment in the background?
So I rolled a 5, so that's a pretty I think Nancy's just screaming.
Okay. Yeah, there's a scream in the background you two hear as well. We'll get back to Nancy in a moment.
I think
Yeah,
Agent Gray will stay behind though to comfort
Yeah.
Nancy. Makes sense for her.
Okay.
Ben, was that
And I
Dante?
see the two of them.
Well,
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I think if we heard some people approaching, we'd probably try and hide
Okay.
because we don't know who any of these.
Yeah, if
right.
there's not a back door or something,
Well, it's a barn. There's got to be something.
Yeah. Yeah.
We try
Donnelly,
and slip out without anyone noticing us.
I'll help. Dent will
Yeah.
guns in hands.
yeah, Donnelly, you start looking for a door out, and there absolutely is a door out the back of the place. You must have missed it, but it was
Yeah.
always there.
You'll
yeah, you can-
probably see the first aid kit just opened up on the floor. All the bandages have been taken. I've used those to wrap my hands and my skin.
do
Okay.
a first aid roll, Dent, real
Sure.
quick for me.
I'm not trying to do first aid, just to cover it.
Do a first aid
All
roll
right.
for me if you would.
10 out
Okay.
of 10.
There's not really a blood splatter trail leading
Oh shit, I'm
any
good.
direction.
Right. But when I step into the barn and I look around and I don't see anybody, I'm going to be like, hello.
You probably say Whitver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course.
Unconscious
Left him
on
on
the
the-
floor. You just left him next
left
to
him
this
on the
pool of
floor.
blood.
Yeah.
Michael, is there anybody else here with you, Michael?
He's unconscious, right?
You're
Yeah.
unconscious.
His eyelids are kind
hello.
of flittering, but
Hello, DG to the rescue. I have some medical supplies. Anybody here?
Say they're DG.
Yeah, no. Who says that? Is there? Can we see the house? Can we make it over? Just
Yeah.
I'll slide to the house.
you
The house is
you-
behind us.
yeah, if you start like kind of heading that direction, what's your alertness there, Donnelly?
Oh, it's
I think one of you two probably has a didn't yours is pretty high too.
D3.
Mine is 50.
Okay, that's enough where you're hearing the screaming, which I now realize is probably a dead giveaway of there's somebody still outside. They're probably going to see if you go towards the house.
And
Well,
it's
You
just
can, from your angle, I'll say you can see Dent. Your car is there.
Why is my car there? Do I have the car keys?
yeah.
You feel around. You got the car keys.
That's
What's
lucky.
I am
What's-
going to immediately start working on Whitwer
Mm-hmm.
to try to bring him back to
Yeah,
consciousness.
we should wait for an opening, Donnelly, and get the fuck out. We need to just regroup, find a safe place, recover, figure out what's going on. Are we in Kansas?
Sure the hell looks like
There's
it.
a lot of corn.
Well,
Assuming they haven't harvested it by now.
yeah, there's
So,
not a way.
If there's
to
a lot of
get
corn,
around.
let's just lay
Yeah.
low in the cornfield.
Yeah, I
And
don't know
maybe
if there's
even
a
watch the barn.
farm field behind us. Yeah, we'll work our way around.
Okay. Then
So
let's
hopefully-
as you're going into the corn, that's pretty easy as you're out this back door. Let's cut to Nancy and Agent Gray. Won't ask Nancy to attempt it, but screams, lots of screams.
Yeah, lots of screams and
Mhm.
what is
Um,
this? What is this? Is scooping up gears out of
Well, the one that you see before you is not real. I know this is a lot to take in.
No, they said my father would be here, not this.
Well,
They-
perhaps there is a chance that your father may still be alive.
No,
At least think about
alive?
it that way.
What do you-
Yes.
Why wouldn't he be alive? Who are you people? What is this?
Let's take it one thing at a time, because the moment I start explaining everything, it's going to make you scream even more. So, and she's trying to be very low, matter of fact. She doesn't want this person to keep screaming. For right now, you're safe with us. That is the matter. That is the reality here right now. So just wipe your tears. We'll get through this.
No, I must be I must be asleep. I must be asleep. This is
It's.
no.
Do you need to rest in my car? I have a rental car. You want to relax there for a moment while I see what's going on?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine here in the dirt. With my father's apparently a pocket watch. I'm fine. Just
He's like, oh, yes, the gears are quite recognizable. But Agent Gray is trying to push her to go to the car so she can just if so she can cry it out. But if she's gonna resist, she's not gonna push it. She understands that this person's going through grief. She's not that much of an asshole.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say if you have psychotherapy,
I
and a
do
decent
not.
amount, I don't think you do. You can still roll it
Yeah.
at this
Sure.
time because it'll give you a chance to improve.
No, I failed that.
Okay, yeah. Mark it. It's yeah, Nancy, this I'm not sure it's as comforting as it could be. What are you doing?
You need a cigarette, Nancy?
That's the joke they say about grad school. You either become an alcoholic or you start smoking, or both.
Sometimes it's or both. Here.
Oh,
And she kind of takes out like a
I'm
cigarette
thinking
box
both
and
right now. Just
here. She kind of lends you a cigarette, lights it for you. Here, just take it easy.
Can I call out to Agent Gray?
Yeah, please.
Agent Gray, do you know any first aid? I'm really bad at this.
Oh, so the person's still alive. Well,
Oh
that's
yeah,
good.
he is. This is Michael Whitway.
Ah,
agent.
um, Nancy, for your own sanity, just stay outside here. I have to look into this.
Just tell her we're secret agents.
I can fucking hear you.
We're secret agents.
In the
She,
corn, you distantly hear, we're secret agents coming from the barn.
Agent Gray's just shaking her head and just walks over to check on Whitwer.
Yeah, if
The
we
thing is
see
that she has forensics, not first aid. So the person is still
Well, you've
if the
got
person is
10.
dead, I got 10,
I
yeah.
I still didn't. I've got 10 too. I rolled, but I didn't make it.
Yeah. Luckily, he doesn't appear injured. Um,
Just unconscious.
just unconscious.
What
And they
would
don't
my
make smelling
sorry.
salts anymore. I don't
Yeah,
think they do.
he does appear to be very asleep. That's kind of like not quite coma level, but in that vicinity. There's still like eye movement and stuff, which I
He's
have
breathing
no idea. Coma.
slowly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can make him comfortable. I would
Yeah,
have thought there were more agents here.
There's definitely quite a bit of blood that you are pretty sure didn't come from
Yeah.
Whitwer.
I have 90, not 90, I have 30 in forensics. I don't know if that would be helpful to assess like how many people were there or are there.
Sure, yeah, there's enough there that you like it's 30 is enough to say this is new blood, like someone just got patched up. For Pete's sake, there's a first aid kit on the floor.
I think
Yeah.
she just sighs, trying to help Whitwer out because you do see her trying to have at least get Whitwer to cars, and it tells you, Agent Voltus, that yes, there were two people there. I think they just scurried away. I think
Okay.
maybe they're scared or maybe planning, maybe very
Well,
scared they might attack us.
They're probably agents. They're just being cautious. I'm going to go to the back door of the barn, facing the corn, and I'll be like, gentlemen, we are literally in the middle of nowhere. We're on your side. We were sent here with medical equipment because Mr. Wild said that you were in danger. So here we are. We
And I
don't
wanna
know
know-
who the screaming woman is.
I really want to make you roll something, but they all did go into the barn, so I'll have the three just roll an alertness test while you're inside. Barnes, actually, Barnes, are you inside? Are you still hanging
No,
out with Papa?
Barnes is kind of just sitting in the dirt,
Okay.
Here,
kind
man.
of scooping up, contemplating whether to put these gears in my pocket. Like,
hmm They're very nice gears, by the way. Like you're looking through them, they all appear to be stamped with actual like machinery, like somebody labeled all of them GC. And I think Dint and Donnelly, based on what you're saying, can you just roll like a stealth or something? And Barnes, go ahead and roll alertness if you want to, if you feel like you're too out of it to pay attention.
And for
Well, I
me and
failed the alertness
Voltus,
check, so
Yeah, you and Voltus do it at -20 just because you're inside,
Yeah.
kind of looking out the back.
I'm sorry,
Makes
what
sense.
am we rolling?
Alertness.
Alertness.
I owe that. I think she's just more concentrated on Whitworth, the present one.
Okay.
I'm a little bit clueless.
Okay. Nancy, how are you doing?
I failed my alertness, but
Okay.
so I'm just
All right.
GC because I'm trying to remember. So Augustus, what did Augustus say his last name was?
Castaigne.
Castaigne, because he said his son made clockwork men, clockwork people.
Mhm.
So G Castaigne.
Yeah, and I guess Dint and Donnelly, you're kind of sneaking out of the corn. Maybe you're hearing this other agent yelling out the back. He talks about Mr. Wilde. What are the two of you doing?
We do exactly the plan.
Okay, explain the plan to me as we're walking you through it, because you've passed your stealth. You're sneaky enough to attempt the plan.
Okay. So we've walked over to the cars other than our own. While Donnelly slashes the tires, I'll get a brick or a rock to set off the car alarm, and then we're gonna drive off in the Lincoln. And I'll try to reach out to the girl who's crying, pick her up, and we're just gonna go.
Yeah, just
Okay.
let's get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
Nancy, how do you feel as this heavily bandaged man? How is this like a grab? It's gonna hurt like
No,
hell
it's not a
to-
grab. It's like
Oh.
get in if you want to know more.
How many of you are there?
We're not with them.
We're getting the
What?
fuck out of here.
Now or never.
This is it. We're gone.
Nancy doesn't know what to do, so Nancy is just going to go.
All right, let's go.
So you're running to the Lincoln. You're who's going where? Who's driving?
I think Donnelly is in
I'll
more of
probably-
a position. to
Yeah,
drive.
I'll drive.
Okay.
Toss me the keys. We're gone.
Mm-hmm. You jump in, you get the thing, you get the keys, everybody slam, you hit it, it goes vroom, you get that light, and it goes boom, boom, boom,
No,
and you
the
realize
gas!
it's out of gas, yeah.
And at this point, we've heard the hiss and the
The
smash of
car
our
alarms,
windows.
yeah, they're going
Yeah.
across.
What the
yeah.
fuck? Those
Well, that
are
was
rentals,
embarrassing.
you idiots.
Well, if it's not going anyplace, I'll open the door and take a stance behind the driver's door and point my gun towards the barn.
I will follow suit.
Jesus Christ! I'm gonna try to
We're
get as
not-
low as
We're not
possible.
gonna we're not gonna fire.
Agent
Who are you?
Gray.
Yeah, Agent Gray is
Well,
just like
you're way over by the
annoyed.
cars, and we're over by the barn.
Yeah, I'm yelling
Yeah.
out. Who are you?
Yeah, who the hell are
So
you?
out of this Lincoln, there's three faces now looking at you, screaming.
Agent Voltus, Agent Gray,
B cell.
Delta Green, V cell, I guess G cell, and who are you?
D
We
cell.
were not told that you were here. We were just told to be here
Vega
at 8 a.m. with first aid.
By who?
I was told I was told by Mr. Exeter, Agent Exeter, E cell.
Who is he to you?
Well, he was there, but he's working for Mr. Wilde. I'm also technically working for Mr. Wilde.
Who's Mr. Wilde to you?
Mr. Wilde, what the fuck are you guys doing over there? You know, the Mr. Wilde, he's kind of a loudmouth New York fellow, I guess. I don't know. He hires me for research occasionally.
And what about you, lady? Who's Mr. Wild to you?
Who the fuck's Mr. Wild?
That's what
And
I'm
we
trying
don't
to
know who
figure
this
out.
lady is.
Okay. And she's
but
kind
she-
of she's kind of like rubbing her temples a bit, seeing on. I mean, I have human int 60. I
I'm
can tell that they're
bleeding
just
through
frazzled.
my bandages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she's gonna say, as Mr. Wild, contacted by him to be here exactly at 8 o'clock a.m. and she's checking her pocket watch. Now it's already past 10-15 minutes. The more that you stall this, the more that you're wasting time, and most likely you're going to die. So if you want to go and bleed in Dead Lincoln, be my guest. If you do not wish to work with us.
He has a
Because-
way of getting you to the place you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there.
Yeah, he has a way of manipulating everyone.
Hey, it is your choice.
All right.
And you also have a civilian in your car.
I'm going to holster my gun because I see they're not making any. I don't know what to do, Donley.
I don't even know where we're at.
We could use that first aid.
You definitely could. All right.
Yeah. I'd go for a smoke too.
Now, whatever he chose us for, I don't know first aid. So hopefully one of you knows some first aid, because you look like you're beat up pretty badly. And
Okay.
like I say, I don't know how she plays into this, but she walked through that door on the house exactly when we were supposed to be here. And she said she's from Providence.
And what's your name, young lady?
I'm Nancy.
Oh.
Nancy Barnes.
Dante mentioned Nancy before. Talked to her on the
Dante?
phone.
Dante's in a pile on the ground.
No,
You can clearly see Dante-ish.
Yeah.
No, he mentioned his daughter, how she went missing.
Missing? What do you mean, missing?
You went missing a long time ago. He said the last time he ever heard from you was when you were going to a theater.
I talked to him earlier this week. I was in Chicago. I went and saw I saw him before travel.
What year?
What do you
Answer
mean?
the damn question, lady.
It's 2007.
Wrong. 2015. I'll show you my. do I
He's
still have a
not
smartphone?
bullshitting. It's 2015, September something. No, August something.
Yeah, I'll show you the
September
smartphone
5th.
day.
You pull up a smartphone
That's correct.
and just the fuck is this?
It's a phone. Never mind.
No, you mean like,
Is it safe for
is this
either
one of those
agent?
new
Sorry.
iPhones?
Well, I put my gun down. I don't know if Dudley did.
Yeah, 2007.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Fuck it. I gotta get a drink. Is there something in that house? Just go towards the house.
I'm very curious to go in the house as well, because something wants us to be here, or someone wants us to be here. I assume this is Delta Green business.
We don't say that name out loud.
There's like nobody for 20 miles in any direction. We didn't
You don't
even
know
pass
that.
a car
You don't
on the
know that.
road. Well, it's farmland.
Oh,
This house is 10 miles from any other farm.
Yeah, well, they might be listening.
okay. It's clear that you, and she's kind of directing this to you, Dent, that you are scared, you are badly hurt. You do need some first
Don't tell me
aid.
what I am.
Look,
Uh,
Michael
She's kind of-
Whitway is in the barn. He's a member of my cell. I am in V cell. Actually, he's Vega. Vega Yeah, Vega and Virtue and Vitae. They
Yeah.
were also on my team.
Well, they
But I
got
haven't
that
heard
one
from them
right,
in a
Donnelly.
while. I haven't
So
heard
he-
from them in a while.
This is the cell we were
Yeah.
for.
You wait. So you knew my dad?
Yeah, I work
You know
with
my
your
dad?
father. I work with your father. That right
At the
there,
Associated
lying on the
Press?
ground, is not your father. Uh, it's complicated.
Are you going to shoot me if I go in the house?
I don't have my gun drawn.
I'm headed towards the
I've-
house.
All right, I'll go with Agent Donnelly.
I think you should stick with us, Nancy.
She's
Well,
here
it's
for a
either you
reason.
or the corn.
Yeah.
Didn't tell Cord.
Look, some guy claiming to be a lawyer told me that
Who is
he
this
was
lawyer?
going to save my life and that my dad was in trouble and he'd been replaced.
Looks like it.
Did he tell you his name?
Whose name?
His name, the
The
lawyer.
lawyer's name?
Yeah.
He did. Arthur Ellsworth.
Don't know that one.
So I roll sand for that, right?
Sure, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
my name.
Yeah, it is.
Did he take any photos of you?
26. I'm good.
Okay, you're good.
No, he didn't have the man in the red
Well,
robe
hot.
that and the manor, he had a Polaroid.
Red robe. That was Exeter.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. A Polaroid, you said?
Yeah,
Yeah, he had
Exeter takes photos.
an old camera.
Uh,
He was photographing the artwork in
And she
the
kind of
mansion
like,
that was supposed to be a bar that was supposed to be walking home.
yeah, that's interesting. As she kind of opens up her, like, she takes out like a Polaroid out of her inner coat pocket. Is it something like this?
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah.
You only caught like the bottom little bit of it,
Yeah.
but it looks right.
It looks like the right kind of thing, but it wasn't
Yeah,
just Arthur, and it wasn't just this. You called him Exeter? What
That's his code name.
Listen, Nancy,
Right.
whoever
So
said they were
my-
Arthur is not Arthur.
So my, do you know this lawyer?
No, but I know of a lawyer that uses people's names. Sometimes he goes by Lapidus, sometimes he goes by Ellsworth.
Okay, but
Maybe he'll even go by Liam Barnes.
okay.
All right.
There was
I'm following Don Lee in for some kind of alcohol.
there was
to
Yeah, we're
man,
opening- I'm just
the
opening
man
the
I met
door.
before Exeter.
Yeah.
There was a fellow
I'm
named
right there with you.
named Augustus Castaigne.
And I know Denton Donnelly. That definitely rings a bell for you two.
Yep.
You talked about a son who makes clockwork people.
Apparently he wrote the true Lesser Keys of Solomon.
Yeah.
This Augustus Castaigne.
Oh, he
The one
introduced
that's
himself first
magic.
as Solomon. Uh,
Uh-oh.
well, look, these gears from that thing pretending to be my father were stamped with GC. Someone G Castaigne, I assume.
So
All right.
as Nancy is desperately struggling to cling on to some path that makes sense, I do want to jump to the interior of this house. Now, there's a little bit of back and forth here. Agent Dust, dear departed Dust, did you do anything with this house? Did you like leave it nice, or was it just kind of a dumping ground?
No, it was a place I could live. So
Okay.
it was fairly nice. Of course, by this time, it's covered with dust.
Yeah, there's a little bit of dust here and there. Some you probably would have put like coverings over stuff to keep it somewhat nice.
Nah,
I mean,
my mom would have, but I.
so you got a liquor cabinet?
Yeah.
Oh, did dust
Yeah,
have a
there's
liquor cabinet?
probably-
Nice.
Yeah,
There's
well, that's
probably a
being
liquor
opened up right
cabinet.
now.
There's
Oh,
probably
we're
also a gun
open.
case.
Yep, that
Are we
makes
going all
sense.
inside now? Because I was not sure where the placement of the other characters were.
The-
Donnelly
yeah.
and I
Cell's going
invented.
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Donnelly, Voltus, you've gone inside. You're the people outside are now hearing, oh, there's a liquor cabinet, or whatever you say
Yeah.
to that effect.
Like,
Oh,
finally,
yeah. That's what we were looking for.
they don't got this in
Yeah.
the asylum.
Well,
Been a long time.
honest to God, guys, I don't know exactly why I'm here. I was told to bring
Well,
the first aid kit, and I
They
know
don't have a
Michael.
table.
we'll bring that here, and
Yeah.
we might as well make introductions. I'm Agent Dent, though I am a little dented now.
Yeah, you look like you've been through hell. I'm Voltus. I'm a researcher. I've been working for Delta Green for quite a long time, but recently contacted by Wild.
How come you weren't with V-Cell when they were on
Well,
their opera?
Because I was sent off to do research, and I was in the middle of research before I came here.
Were
Exeter
you
showed up.
researching?
Well, let me see what's going on here first, because I'm really not supposed to discuss the details of what other cells are doing. So let's keep that
You've
on
been
the back
yelling
burner
Delta
for now.
Green all over the place.
I understand,
telling
but
us everything.
that's still
Now
not
we're not.
revealing. I as far as I know, V-Cell is still out there working, except that Michael's in trouble.
Yeah, there's one laying in the barn,
Yeah,
not working.
I'm supposed to find out what's going on, but he seems to be in some sort of sleep-induced coma, or I don't know what, but I still don't know what happened to Vitae or Virtue, George or Roger. So I'm sorry, but until I have that kind of clearance to give you that information, I can't give you that information. But
So Virtue is what, Geneva Brown?
yes, Geneva
And
Brown and Roger
Roger
Thalamus.
Amos. Yeah.
At least those are the names that I've been given.
Well, you seem to know your stuff.
Oh, I'm a researcher, so
And with my human of 60, do I seem to believe him? Or he seems confident in what he's talking about, even though I know that cells don't usually just like split up like that.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
little bit of the maybe he was a player character in another one and they had 4 players kind of feel to it where it's
Sure.
like, yeah, okay, they're playing a little fast and loose with a 3-person structure.
Okay.
So, but we've got to be here for some reason other than I don't think I was just sent here. Geez, I had to fly here overnight. It was shitty. Just to, and you guys aren't like taking advantage of the first aid, so there must be something important here.
You drink, Nancy?
Well, if I didn't, I would do now.
All right, sit your ass down. I'll pour her
They've
a
all come
glass.
inside.
Yeah.
I think they
yeah.
should catch you up on the past 8 years?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I want to take a good look around. There's something here, I'm sure of it.
If possible, same. But I think Agent Gray would actually hope, like she would have a pack of cigarettes. So if they want to, she would give them like a couple cigarettes.
I don't give a
Just-
shit anymore. Sure, why not?
I'm just, yeah.
I'm
and,
fucking drinking and
I'll pass it around glasses and we're pouring the bourbon.
Now you're
And,
bleeding. You know that a lot of alcohol is going to thin your blood and make you bleed more. So
I will take a swig right in front of you.
I'm going to check the basement.
Mhm.
If I was going to hide something, I'd hide it in the basement.
Why don't we say that's where your server farm is? Agent Dust clearly had there were some in the warehouse, but there's a much bigger one down here. You hear that kind of hum of machines in a root cellar. There's a living room with a TV. You would have had a few bedrooms, but probably only one that had anything decent, like a thing to sleep on.
Yeah.
other than that, the house looks kind of like you would think a safe house would look like.
Yeah.
Everybody but Nancy's an agent, so maybe Nancy, this looks like a shitty place, but
Old rundown
everybody else,
farmhouse.
this
Yeah.
screams safe house. Yeah.
Hey, there's a bunch of servers down here that are humming away like they're processing.
Oh, really? May I take a look at that?
We don't even
Yeah.
know whose house this is.
Oh, Gray is going to look at the servers.
Yeah, you can pretty easily tap on. There's the screen, like there'll be like a computer terminal you can move and sit down. It's cold in this basement. And clicking through it, you see that the login page pops
Mhm.
up and auto enters and brings you into the computer. Like it
Ah,
just
interesting.
barely blips and flashes. And you can see there are a number of files just operating, like kind of set up a little structure, and they all have operation, you know, whatever. Cool
Yeah,
names.
yeah, she's kind of actually a bit concerned on how easy that was. I thought she's going to do lots of that makes her a bit nervous actually as she's looking through all of this files and whatnot. I don't know what would be useful if there's
Look,
anything if there's any files that might be possibly encrypted, uh, either
well,
SIGINT or computer
yeah,
science. Oh,
but if you look right here, I
mhm.
mean, it looks like he's got a number um of operations perhaps that he was involved with,
Yeah.
but he keeps referring to himself as Agent Ice.
Mhm.
I don't know what that's all about. And then there's this part of his computer over here. It looks like it's damn near full of data, but not really clear what the hell it is.
Oh,
I
she's
mean,
gonna
we're
go through
talking
all
about
that.
gigabytes and gigabytes and
Yeah,
gigabytes and gigabytes,
a
and it's
good chunk of the
growing.
farm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's full up. Like if you were to click in it, you couldn't save another thing.
It's definitely still growing too.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a bunch of picture files.
Mm,
Photo files. I
okay.
wonder of what.
Yeah.
If it's not protected, she's going
Yeah,
to,
that one's wide open.
yeah, yeah, she's just going to go through all of that, maybe get a gist of how this is organized or even how this is all processed, because this is a big computer bank that she's seeing.
I'm gonna step
Yes.
away and walk around the room looking at what else is there. Just
And
because I
great.
don't want to lean over while she's on the computer
Well,
staring at it.
this is her specialty. So,
Well, mine too.
that's
I'm a
where she's gonna
research
be.
person, but go
Well,
ahead.
uh, because there's something that I would like to use if this is
Yeah,
possible.
please.
Because going through all the pictures, she does have skills in anthropology
Mm-hmm.
and also history. If there's anything that she can pinpoint to see if there's maybe, I don't know, any type of relation to maybe some type of humanities, something
Yeah.
around those skills.
Yeah, there's so go ahead and roll one of those and we'll kind of loop that into some of the other research you'll do. But
Mhm.
as you're looking through these files, maybe you're a bit disappointed because it appears to be page after page after page of this play. And it looks
Oh,
like it's just a repeat, like you get down enough files, it's another picture. But it's like someone stood above this and just took pictures of each page one by one and did that. And there is a red cover to it that you can very clearly see has that same symbol you saw in the Polaroid.
mm. And that actually would work because she only rolled. I mean, I failed that. Maybe it's
Okay.
just there's too much data.
Yeah.
But yeah, the play, and she's just going through her head about what she encountered. Um, that actually that's related. That is Delta Green related. But that's what she's
Yeah.
gonna sit on for a while.
Yeah, it definitely feels memorable somehow as you're looking at this. And even on a failed one, as you back up, you're starting to see the files are popping up on the desktop. Like
Mm.
it's almost like they've escaped their containment and they're hopping over. So you see there's all these other operational files there, but if it continues to grow, you're not sure how long they'll be there.
Hmm. Yeah, I think she's gonna be there for a while, just maybe pondering, thinking of what to do, because this is a lot of data, and the play is somewhat concerning to her. But she's gonna be there
Okay.
for a while. Yeah.
Okay, Agent Gray is looking into the this uh quickly filling computer downstairs. Uh what's Nancy doing? I'm curious about Nancy at the moment. I know Voltus is poking his nose away from anything he'd see on his screen, but what's Nancy up to?
Nancy um has this glass of whiskey, and she's kind of pacing around, trying to like half listening to what everybody's saying.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
telling Nancy all about past 8 years.
Oh my goodness.
Trying to so Agent Dent is filling in 8 years of history.
Spark notes.
And
You know what those
but
are.
Nancy's mostly thinking
from the
about like, what are
Terminator.
you dead? I'm not dead. I'm not dead. I can't be
I mean, we
dead.
died and came back, so
Yeah.
I mean, anything's possible. really.
Join the group here. No, if there was
Probably reading her own obituary on this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, can I bring up her
Yeah.
obituary?
Yeah,
those
you
nerds.
absolutely
I'd
can.
love to.
Nancy, you were, I'm very sorry to say, killed that night in 2007. You were killed in a mugging gone wrong. It appears that just down the street from where you were shot and killed.
Uh, no, that lawyer, there was a woman dressed like me. Oh God.
Oh, that means probably she died.
Okay, now I can't not. Nancy, go ahead and roll sane.
Yeah. Why? 43. I passed that one.
Okay. Maybe it's just too much, right?
Yeah. It's
It's easier not to think about it, Nancy.
Don't dwell on these things.
I think we do owe it to your father to figure out what's going on and to look after you.
so my father was part of your organization. You called him
yes.
Dante,
Yeah,
so he was Agent Dante to you,
that's correct.
not Liam.
Well, eventually we grew closer and broke protocol, and sometimes we let some stuff slip. It's just part of the process.
How long has he been a part of this?
Maybe 20 years. At least 20.
Incredible. You can know someone your whole life and never really know them at all.
Yeah, well, that's something that all of us have to live with because we believe in the big picture. We gave up so much. Just looking at my
Yeah, what the hell happened to you?
fucked up hands. Clown.
Clown. Did was the first aid kit that Voltus had, was that
That was
left
probably
behind?
left up here. I'd love to get patched
Oh.
up.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna
you can
open that
attempt it
up,
again.
see what's in there. and
It was pretty thorough because
Yeah,
it
I'm
didn't know
gonna-
what the
Yeah, as long
Oh,
as
that's great.
once they start showing Agent
I got a
Vent's
20.
Nice.
terrible
Yeah, I'll start unwrapping the
wounds,
bandages.
I'm gonna go find where the hell Gray and Voltus went.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'm
Yeah,
out.
I'm gonna start unwrapping. I'm gonna bite down on something and take a swig beforehand.
Maybe there's some
So-
better painkillers in this. So, yeah, rummage through for something better.
I hope so.
It's a Delta Green first aid kit.
Yeah,
There's
it'll be
morphine,
something. Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
like that in there.
Yeah, so go ahead and get back we'll say a D4. Like you're in a pretty good position. Maybe they're not as bad as they are.
I'm never gonna look the same ever again.
Yeah, no, correct. This is
Holy shit,
not
a
enough
4.
to heal you. Nice.
Dude, I'm so lucky tonight. I'm at half health.
So Gray, what have you found?
Yeah, she's typing away.
And you're feeling really, really good
Hmm.
right now. Just kind of Cloud9, your fingers are flying across the keys. You're having trouble opening these. They are password protected. And as you're like looking, you're clicking into a file, exiting out, you can actually see the folders on top start to get replaced as well. It's starting to be more of these folders, all of these pictures, just filling up the front of it. And
Hmm.
you do notice there is a file titled active static that you click on.
Mhm.
And it has a list, and it's got about 200 like entries, like little files under it of just it looks like people's names one by one by one. And go ahead and roll search real quick for me.
Okay, awesome. Let's just see how the dice are for me today. Oh, 01. Now, well, I succeeded, but there's an 01.
That is very good.
Yeah.
As you are looking through this, you see active static.
Hmm.
You see a name that you recognize because you just heard it, Nancy Barnes. And
Mm.
with an 01, you have enough time to open it, and you actually see pictures of Nancy outside of a movie theater that has A Song Before Travel on the marquee. There's people kind of gathering to see this, and there's files after it that are Nancy's obituary and pictures that look like they were just taking with a quick camera phone of a body that has been shotgunned on the road. So do a sanity check. It's not a terrible one for violence, and right now you can spend willpower instead of sanity if you would like to.
Oh, and I succeeded on the sanity roll.
Okay, then you're good. You've
Mhm.
maybe seen worse, but
Oh, yeah.
you with an 01, I'll say you're pretty sure that's not Nancy. Something like maybe the nose is a little different. Maybe the earrings are wrong. Something in there is telling you like, no, that's not her. And the file flips shut.
Mm.
And you can see that folder now has a different title. It's AM. You're in the folder AM, and you can just see folder after folder of these picture files popping up.
And are they to play? This.
Yeah, it looks like they're all to play.
Okay.
You said some
And
kind
you-
of play?
Yes, all these files are being replaced by this play.
What's the play?
Play. What play?
Appears to be the
she
King
just
in
pulled-
Yellow. Yeah,
me see.
yeah. Click it open. Yeah. King in Yellow.
Oh, King in Yellow. I recognize that play. I've read that years ago.
Yeah,
Nancy, yeah,
That's right.
you see that symbol on the front, and the other two, they've seen it maybe a long time ago, so they're used to it, but really just love punishing Nancy, apparently. Go ahead and do a sanity test as you see
that's
the
symbol
same
from
symbol that, yeah, you saw in the movie theater. So it's very fresh to you.
Yeah, it's fresh to me too.
That's a failure.
All right, roll a d4. Because, yeah, that symbol,
3.
yeah, it really settles in. There's this whole thing. It's all this. It feels like you're,
Head.
ever since you saw it, it's not right.
No, it's
And
this
Voltus, are you
this
saying this is the first time you've seen it?
No, it's not the first time,
Okay.
but the last time I saw it was just recently. It's on the end of Wilde's letter to me.
Yeah. Made you feel real
this
bad when
is
you saw that.
Yeah,
This
but
is-
you know,
Oh, Gray, have seen it, but she's not going
this
to
was
say
in
anything.
this was in the ending scene of A Song Before Travel.
Oh,
oh, well, if that explains a lot.
What explains a lot.
Well, people who see this have an altered perception of the universe, let's say. It's an old magical symbol. It's weird. It's magic shit. It's stuff that the people that we work with are trying to fix, I think. I hope they're trying to fix it. Actually, they told me they were trying to fix it. They just said,
No, this is
uh,
does the play is that
very good.
does the play King in Yellow ring a bell?
No,
As-
it doesn't to you. Like,
that's this I've read more plays and seen more plays than most people do when they're in their
this one
life.
was
I've
this
never
one
heard of
was
this play.
condemned. I think it was condemned because people who saw the play started acting strangely. It's like oh, I heard about a movie once that did something similar. The Fin Absolu du Monde, French play. Everybody went crazy. It's kind of one of those. It's actually not very interesting.
Yeah, Nancy, I know this is a lot. Can you please go through the night of when you saw this, when you went to the theater?
Look, we were in Chicago, and a theater there was running one of my plays, and this art house theater downtown was showing this lost film, A Song Before Travel. And so I went with a friend. It involves this, I don't know, a kind of a royal court who's visited by a masked stranger.
That's the King in Yellow.
No, Nancy, because when I was looking through the files, I've seen your, I've seen your obituary. I've also seen there's pictures of a body. It was
No.
clearly not you that was shotgunned
There
that
was
night.
that they dressed that lawyer, that Arthur fellow dressed another woman up like me.
So so this lawyer, as you say, replaced you with someone else and took the hit for you.
But I don't understand why.
Because
Why
somebody
couldn't they
needs you
just-
for something.
And if they didn't need me, I'd be dead then.
That is how the world works.
Yeah, you were interfered with. And we don't know why. I think a lot of us have been interfered with.
Is there more of that whiskey left?
Oh yeah, I think there was quite a bit of stuff up in the. It looks like some
Oh.
good stuff too. Some really good stuff.
Well, better go there before they finish it all. I have a feeling about that.
Oh, they'd be dead if they finished it all.
That might be a blessing to them. that guy was pretty messed up.
So I wonder if they know who this Agent Ash is, or Agent Ice is.
Well, let's cut back to Donnelly and Dint. And, um, Donnelly, what are you up to? You've been
I'm taking a bottle and I'm headed out. I'm gonna go. Well, as I'm going to get Whitward, um, in the barn, I'm going to search the body of Dante, and
oh, nice.
yeah, maybe just search the pockets, see what's got.
Hmm. You will find that there is a symbol for Marbus in one of the pockets, like a sigil there. But also blueprints for it that look very similar to the one you saw for the lion. I think you saw those at one point. It's been a while, so
Yeah.
yes, they kind of same sort of program that they would use, same sort of paper, that sort of thing.
Okay, so yeah, once I pat him down, take what I can off of his body,
Hmm.
I think I'll kick it once in the head, and then
Yeah,
go
an
see.
eyeball rolls out.
Yeah, go check on Whitward, and
And I'll say as well, one of the things that you had found before, you do find, I think it's probably originally back with Dust, but Exeter had left a note, the one that is titled "The Some Things You're Experiencing Won't Make Sense." A whim, wet relic, and his followers were following me, are following me, will be following me. Voyagers on a path that you cannot see, but there are things you must know. Everything I've done has been for a goal that is beyond their role's understanding. When I perform my works, I can feel the full weight of Lame Bit's grace behind me. I have seen my true invitation and know I must travel to the masquerade at the palace. The only thing keeping me here is Radio Band's gifts from the Arboretum beneath a blind boar. When I take them, I can almost remember what it's like to live a life without purpose. Even this cannot last forever. Soon my only duty will be to tend to the king's demands. Remember, royalty is not granted by blood, but found within, and then like dash a bottle. Like he kind of added that on at the end.
okay, yeah, like I said, grab all that. And is Whitward up? Let's see.
Uh he's kind of coming to a little bit. You're kind of going through the morning at this point. It seems like as the day's coming on, he's there's less like rapid eye movement and stuff. He's kind of evening out.
Yeah, I'll pick him up, carry him in.
Put him on the
You're gonna
bed.
love this.
Chuck him somewhere.
Yeah, put him up in a chair. There's probably, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a nice cushion chair in the living room or something.
There's a
Pop him up
couch.
there.
Yeah,
Lay
like
him on the couch.
Yeah.
I think if
he
oh,
just
sorry.
seems really tired. No, that's perfectly fine. Like it seems like someone that has just collapsed from exhaustion. The more you kind of look at him and interact with him.
Well, if I come back up, I'll pull up a chair and sit next to him and maybe get a wet washcloth and kind of try to cool him off or wipe his forehead.
Mhm.
Occasionally, like Michael, wake up.
And yeah, you see there's still a little bit, but I mean, he's just you get the impression that he's someone that has been awake for maybe almost weeks, like
Right.
past the point he should be, and now he's catching up big time.
It's okay, Michael. You're amongst friends.
Agent Gray, were you saying something? I think I
Oh,
cut you off.
no, it's all right. She's just going to walk house to see if she can get a sense on what type of person lives in this house because this is a stranger's house. It's just out of her curiosity, really, if she can get a sense of what type of person is this person, yada 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 stuff like
I'll
that.
walk up behind you, Agent Gray, and say, a safe house like this is bound to have a gun safe.
I know. And she's just
So,
walking around.
I'll
Yeah,
walk with her. I
and
got
Gray,
fresh new
you're humans.
bandages.
Yeah, yeah. They definitely look tighter and like much better now. So you've got a little bit of that Invisible Man look, but
Nice.
you don't feel like you're leaking all over, which is good. And Gray, you have a pretty high human. So as you're walking around this, getting a feel, this does very much feel like a safe house
Hmm.
of someone that, had wanted a place that no one would notice that they could bug out to. But there's something odd to you because you're in Delta Green. Maybe you kind of have that idea. You hear Agent Ice. It's ringing all the Delta Green bits to you.
Hmm.
They, there should not be a barn full of weird stuff off to the side and servers of information. You don't generally hold on to that information.
Yeah, that's what makes her worry because like why would a Delta Green agent do this? Like he's holding on to this type of information that's replacing all of the files in the computer.
Because he
So
broke protocol for his own purposes.
yeah, you see, you might hear Agent Gray just like talking to herself, and she's gonna look over to you, Agent Dent, like, yeah, as you said, perhaps this whoever lived in this house, maybe maybe is no longer living, has been compromised. So
Good riddance.
yeah, that's good. I think because there's a barn full of this stuff. There's lots of information being stored here. I think it's best just to destroy it.
Uh, Maybe it's a blessing in disguise because maybe we can pick out some stuff we can use
Are
in
you
the
in your
coming
right mind
days.
now, uh, Agent
Oh,
Dent?
never.
Hmm. Well, just make sure you point that gun at me. Make sure it's for the right thing, not just because you're in what in this state.
Listen, Gray, if I wanted you dead, you'd already be dead.
Hmm. She just sighs and looks over. Yeah, let's get a gun. Let's get some firearms. Burn this place to the ground.
And let me bum a cig off you.
Oh, I have plenty. Don't worry. And she kind of like takes out those cigarette for you. I also have
Take
matches.
it.
Nice. So you're doing a cigarette out there, and yeah, I like that. Donnelly, you're starting to cook some food there. Um, you do see that there is now you're kind of in the kitchen looking through stuff. You notice that there is a package on the counter. Looks like it just got kind of set off to the side, knocked behind a couple things, but it doesn't have that layer of dust that everything else would have on it.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm frozen. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, frozen.
yeah, pull that out. And I'm cooking whatever. I'm hoping there's some kind of, beef stew or something in
Yeah,
the cabinet. It's been a long time since we've eaten.
yeah,
Um, and as that's warming up, open this package.
yeah. It's a UPS package. Looks like it came from good old Boston. And ripping into it, you find that there is a very familiar red covered book within. It does have the King in Yellow within it.
I'm gonna toss that up on the table, and the whole package, just toss it down. Continue to cook.
Yeah, I love it. Uh, Nancy, what are
I'm
what are you
I'm up,
doing? Like
I'm
you're kind of here,
upstairs
right? Yeah.
and I'm drinking. This guy I don't know is cooking, but he opened this red book that looks kind of like the red book I have,
Mhm.
and so I want to slide them over and like compare them.
So the book you have is different. You got a book titled The World Without Doors. The cover of it is this really interesting. I put it in the Discord. It's got an interesting picture of like a city and then inverted above it, kind of a palace, and it is written by an Emmeline F. Fitzroy, published in the 30s.
Okay.
And this red book, it doesn't have an author to it. It just has a leather stamped cover. But you saw the pictures downstairs. You open it. This looks, well, in fact, you look through it, you notice there's some like little pencil annotations, little just kind of marks, not necessarily words, but little marks on there. They're the kind your father liked to make in books as he went through them. And you're pretty sure you saw those same marks in the pictures on the computer now that you're looking at it.
Yeah, I thought I was. Use this book. This was my dad's book.
Hey, don't read that. It'll fuck you up.
Well, if it's why did my dad have a book that fucks you up apparently if you read it?
Because he was fucked up too.
Well, all that aside, why is it here?
Why is anyone else? I mean, why are you here? Why is Agent Voltus here? Why am I here? I don't know.
Well, I was brought here by a peculiar string of events. I don't know where the hell you and Dent came from. The other two were told to
Peculiar
drive
string
here
of
by
events.
somebody. So this book didn't just, well, appear out of nowhere. Look, this is somebody's house. They stole my dad's book.
Possibly, or it just appeared out of nowhere, just like us.
Well, you say that, Donnelly, and I think it kind of might start to bug you. You say that, but why is Dent's car outside? And why is it out of gas?
I have no clue. We were in one place, and now we're here. I have my clothes, I have my gun. I don't know the hell.
Is it physically possible to get from Boston to Kansas in one day?
If you go,
I think so. Yeah, if you
it
just
should
keep straight
be. Yeah.
driving, yeah.
Yeah. If you just went straight there.
Yeah, like we were never in the Dorchester house. We just drove.
Yeah. I mean, Agent Gray she just has two things in her mind. First, get a handgun. The person who is she already assumes that the person who was living here is no longer with us, whatever that means now. And she's going to find a way to basically burn this house to the ground. It does contain information that should not be, and it is still filling up. So that's her goal in mind at the moment.
Yeah, do you do anything with the computers? I mean, they're just
Do you tell us that you're
computers,
going to
yeah.
burn the house down?
Oh yeah, I mean, as for the computers, like I'm just wondering if what her skills allow her, because I do have a decent computer science and also SIG-int
Yeah.
as
I
well.
mean,
Can I
probably
corrupt it somehow? I don't know. Or have it erase or have a
It's already
virus.
corrupted.
yeah,
Smash it.
it's operating like it has a virus. Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, in general, if you want to stop a computer thing, you turn it off,
Yeah,
which is
true.
yeah, I mean, that's an option. But yeah, you can smash the servers and that would definitely take them out. Cutting
Mhm.
power would basically be the same sort of thing.
Yeah, because she was thinking of like, no one's gonna be here. That was just his first thing, like burn it to the ground. It's maybe left over from her gangs and narcotic days.
Yeah.
Anywho, she's gonna go and turn off the servers, really, because they're containing information. Might as well turn it off. Or maybe trace where is it coming from? Because they're being transferred here. We should be able to trace where it's being transferred from.
Oh, no,
If that
that's
is a
interesting. Yeah, go ahead and uh yeah, go ahead and attempt a computer science SIGINT sort of roll,
Okay.
whichever's better
All
for
right.
you.
All right. Here we go. Oh, that's 58. Regular success. Or
Okay.
success, yeah.
Yeah, you can get we'll say, and this is definitely a thing that's real because I know everything about this, but you're able to get geographical data of where this picture was taken, we'll say,
Mm,
with this.
yeah.
And it does appear to be from the Boston area.
Okay. Boston area. Is she able to pinpoint, as in geographical location, but she's not able to pinpoint where exactly?
Yeah. I don't think it would have like a name or anything.
Might have the
Exact
town.
location. Yeah, probably have a town, maybe coordinates. Uh, if you do a quick Google search on your phone, you'd see probably that it's from the Boxer Hotel.
Mm, okay. Boxer Hotel. It's being okay. And you would notice
And
that she
it's not
doesn't.
like it would have been, it's not continually streaming necessarily, right? Like that was be the origin of them, but if you're clicking through these files, they all have the same information. They're just copies of one. It's just copying itself.
I see. So, and you would notice that she does have a phone, but it's very bare bones. It's very minimal, even. Just reluctance of her having a phone. But you would notice that she's taking notes on her in her book instead. It's not as this thick, but it's very slim. Maybe would have this design on it. It's like it's gold with a blue on blue, which is maybe fitting. But she's putting notes in her notebook, just writing things down. And then after she got the information, she's going to shut down the servers because that's all she needed. That's what all she did, yeah.
Yeah, and the last little bit you're seeing as you're closing this out, you see you're backing up to shut it down. You see that the
Hmm.
folders now read, I am awake now, I am awake now, I am awake now.
Mm, okay. And roll Sandy for that?
Sure, yeah,
Yeah, it makes
just a
sense.
0-1. It's
Makes sense.
definitely unnerving.
Oh, 85. So that is unnerving. That makes sense, though.
And you get that
Right.
little like bloop, and then the screens go off as the power shuts off.
Yeah, I think she's gonna yeah, she's just trying to shake her head, basically forget that she saw that, and she's gonna go over to the gun cabinet to get a firearm.
Okay. Yeah. We'll say there's kind of the basic Delta Green loadout for firearms that you'd find there. I think that would be kind of what Dust has. Any probably
Yeah,
nothing too exotic.
there might be one of those fun things where you hit a button and it opens up and the real guns are behind it.
You had a rocket launcher the whole time? What? Get out of here. Um, is anybody turning on the news, turning on the radio, anything to that degree? Are you kind of staying locked down? What's the approach here?
I think
Smells
that
like
we're here
Donley's
for a
cooking something.
reason. So
Oh,
we just haven't uncovered that reason yet.
I
oh
think
yeah,
I'll have
Gray's
the
gonna step
radio
outside.
on just to listen to music.
Yeah. Yeah, local country music is playing faintly in the
Anything,
background.
anything really.
Yeah.
That
And
might be.
is there, sorry, go ahead.
We did go looking for my obituary on a
Yes.
smartphone.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you did that. I think the radio probably makes the most sense. And we'll kind of close out with this as Donley, you're cooking. What did you find? Beans?
Some
Soup?
stew. Okay,
Ooh.
beef stew.
Oh, that honestly sounds pretty good. You're cooking up some bean stew. You're getting that aroma wafting, and you hear this kind of annoying sound effect. Pew pew. Yeehaw! Well, I'm about to tell you folks about some news we got out of Boston. Sounds like they haven't found those escaped prisoners. Well, I say lock your doors. I told you you couldn't trust the city. No, sir. These folks are armed and dangerous, and they're looking for them. They're going to find these bitches. And I tell you what, they're going to go to hell for what they did. So if you see a folk by the name of Simon Carson, Arthur Ellsworth, Michael Whitwer, well, you know who to call. Your good old police officers. We'll keep you up to date before if they catch these stone cold killers. I got friends in lower.
I'm just going, damn.
Did they say Michael?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did.
Oh, fuck.
Yep. As the country music plays, I'm loading a pump action shotgun.
Well, they also said Boston, though.
We were
That's
there.
a long way from here.
I think that's where we'll end today. Is you're saying it's a long way from there, and we kind of pan out, and you see the Lincoln just sitting in the driveway, or kind of behind the house, tucked away.
Cool. Our players included Morgan Llewellyn, Alex Sun, Nell Hipple, Thomas Grooms, and myself with Nathan Decker as the handler. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you would like to join them, please visit our Patreon page listed in the description, or you can use Super Thanks by hitting the button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Delta Green role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.